welcome to another chapter of Living History. I'm Kathy Grady, and we're here at the Longmeadow Adult Center. And our guest today is Pauline Sampo. We call her Pauli, who's lived in Longmeadow quite a while, came to Longmeadow as a young mother.
Yes.
She's part of our young mothers group.
I'm old now.
Part of the baby boom mothers.
Yes.
Who came to town.
I was 27 years old, and I had a 3-month-old baby. And I had grown up in Springfield, born in Boston. And I met my husband at AIC, like Pam did.
Like Pam.
Yeah. It's a matrimonial bureau over there.
And it's true, it's that MRS degree?
Yes.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
You both went to AIC.
Yeah. And then...
Because you didn't know each other then, right?
No, we met at AIC. And
no, I mean you and Pam.
Oh, no, Pam. I met in the playground with our children.
Oh.
In Longmeadow.
Okay, well, let's just back up for a minute. How did you get from Boston to Springfield?
My father was with a telephone company, and he was moved. And we lived in several houses in Springfield. Do you want them named?
No, that's okay.
But during the Depression, he was still working. He was so happy he was working with the telephone company.
Oh, yes.
And so he had a house built at that time, and people were glad to have work. So that was built out in Allen Street in Springfield. And we had chickens. My mother raised turkeys one year, maybe 2 years.
Oh.
So it was just 2 housing lots, really, but no houses for a while beyond us.
Right, so you were out, let's say Allen Street starts at Watershops Pond, but you must have been out quite a ways.
Yeah, we're Allen and Sumner Cross. We were just over the hill. Sumner didn't continue until years later.
Right.
And Wink's Greenhouse, maybe some people will remember,
I don't know.
was right near there.
Oh.
Yep.
So then you went to AIC.
Yes.
And you met your husband at AIC.
Yes. And that was 1941.
Oh, during the war.
Yeah, the war started in December. So the next year, there weren't too many men in the classes. Our class was one of the largest ones that started at that time, of over 300. We ended up with like 45 to 50 when we graduated in 45.
Oh, because all the men went to war?
Yeah, most of them.
And the women went to work?
No, these were women that graduated.
Oh.
But there were a lot of men in the class to begin with. And then in 46, I graduated in 45, and they asked me to stay there and work because I was working as a student in the office. So in 46, they were starting an evening division program mainly for the veterans.
Right.
So they could get their degrees in 6 years, and they could work in the daytime. So that worked out fine.
That was good.
And Bill came back, and he had grown up.
He had been in the service.
Yes, he was an officer.
Did you get married before he left?
No, we didn't.
Or engaged?
No. We sort of got to know each other more through writing and leaves, you know. And he spent most of his time in the Philippines.
Oh.
They were the second day going in, so he saw a lot of action.
Right.
So it was good for him to come home in 46, and we were married in 47. And I also had 2 sisters that worked there.
Worked where?
At AIC.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
That's a family business.
It was. and my older sister met her husband previously, but she re-met him there and married him. And my younger sister.
It was a matrimonial bureau.
Yes. I guess that.
Where the elite meet. Yeah.
So it was quite a time.
So then why did you decide to come to Longmeadow?
Well, Bill grew up in Longmeadow.
Oh.
So we were married in 47. and he was still in college. So we had a 3-room flat in Springfield, Kensington Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
And then we moved here to Longmeadow and bought a house, which I still live in.
Right.
He has been gone for almost 3 years. And we have a nice area because it's all woods across the street, and it'll never change
Because it's wetlands?
well, during the years they are surveying and everything. We thought always
Scary.
thought something was going to go in there, but then Bill Barnard, who owned the land, he was gone, but his wife and daughter dedicated the land to the town in his memory.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Yeah,
So they donated to the town in his memory, and it's conservation land? It's conserved?
Yes,
Yeah, no, it'll never be built.
There's a little sign down at the Longmeadow Street that says that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did they have a house too, or just the land?
They had they lived in the house that we lived in, but they also had a little cabin in the woods, which...
The Longmeadow Woods?
Yeah. That was Bill Barnard's cabin, and there wasn't much left of it when we got there, though. You know, the kids ransacked it and so forth and so on. But it made for a nice walk through the woods because it was a cinder road and things didn't grow up in it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a nice spot to live. You see deer and some other things you don't want to see.
Really, like coyotes or?
Skunks.
Oh, skunks.
Oh, and we had raccoons. They got in our house.
Oh.
Oh, my husband would feed them.
Well,
He'd sit on the back porch.
that'll do it.
He'd sit on the back porch and give them dog biscuits. And
Bill.
he read all about them, how the mothers, when they trusted him, they would bring their babies. We had about 10 raccoons out there several nights.
Did they move into your house?
Well, some did get on our fireplace chimney, but we had a stove in there, so they couldn't get into where we were.
Well, my son had that. They ate in under the roof.
Well, I've had squirrels do that,
Yeah, yeah.
and they keep doing it.
Yeah, you didn't build a new house. You
No,
bought an
no.
existing house.
Yeah, it's over 100 years old,
Oh, my.
so the wood's probably getting pretty soft.
Oh, I don't know. They built very well back then.
Yeah, the squirrels. We had to have our fireplace chimney rebuilt because the house next door blew up. 1974. It was a gas explosion,
Oh, wow.
and I thought it was a bomb. I didn't know what it was. I was still in bed, but Bill was downstairs, and Billy was home.
The house blew up?
Gas, yeah, it just went right out sideways. And a man had smelled gas when he got up, and he just flicked the light switch down in the kitchen, and it just burst out.
Did he survive?
Just till the next morning.
Oh, dear.
My husband ran down, and he was standing there in flames.
Oh, dear. Oh,
And he
oh my.
he grabbed a drape and
Yeah.
covered him. And the wife survived. She was upstairs in bed, but the floor slanted down, and I was down there. And
Is the house gone now or rebuilt?
Yes, there's another one.
Oh, it's a different one.
Yeah,
It's a different
but
one.
I ran down and curlers and all, bathrobe, and I didn't dare move any boards.
Oh, right.
But somebody was there right under. They had crawling under and lifted her out. As the police came, it was very fast.
That's good to know.
Yeah, and then the TV people came out and wanted me to talk. I couldn't. My jaws were clenched together.
That was so scary.
It was terrible.
Very scary.
Yeah, and she lived several years, quite a few years after that.
Yeah. So Hillside's just a little street.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
and it's one side is wooded and there's
Yes.
just houses on the other side?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, probably 5 houses. Yeah.
So where did your kids go to school?
Well, they started at Norway, like.
Oh, they did?
Yeah,
Norway
yeah,
was
yeah,
still
Norway, and then the junior high,
center.
and no, the junior high in Williams.
Oh, Williams was
Yeah.
there.
And then the high school.
And they went to the new high school?
Yes.
Oh, that's
yeah,
good.
Yeah. And then my son graduated in
Wait a minute, so
1968.
in 68? Is that
Yeah.
what you said?
And he'll be 61 this summer, so that's how long we've been here.
So you came in 1950.
Yeah.
Right, 1950. And he was 3 months old. Okay, I'm getting it together. So you came, you were one of the baby boom mothers, but you were right at the beginning. Like my understanding is in 1950, Longmeadow had 5,000 residents, and it very rapidly increased to
Yes.
15,000,
Oh, yes, I remember that.
including a lot
Yeah.
of children. Did you go watch houses being built?
Well, there was Jonquil Lane across from our street.
On Longmeadow Street, yeah.
Yes. And they used to pick berries over there before.
Did you?
But across from us, there's a row of trees, and then somebody would mow everything down. And it was a great sliding place
Oh,
until many years later. They didn't do it any longer. It's all woods now.
yeah. On your side of Longmeadow Street.
Yes.
Right, right. So Jonquil Lane was all just fitted in there
That was on opposite our
Right.
street almost,
and
on
built
the other
over
side
there.
of Longmeadow Street. Great big houses.
Well, there was a lot of building on Maple and extending Maple out,
Extended
right?
Maple, yeah.
All that, and Sheffield, Birch, the
Yeah.
whole area.
Yeah. There's one new house on our street at the top, the Kennedys,
Mm-hmm.
and Sheriff Ash lives right opposite
I know he
that,
does.
yeah.
It's nice to have the sheriff for a neighbor.
Yes, his house is floodlighted at night.
Oh,
And
good.
his daughter lives in the new house across the street
Nice.
from him.
So how did you get around? Did you have a car?
Yes.
With the baby? You had 2 kids? 2
Yes,
babies?
2. Yeah, I had 2, and my first car was a Hudson Rambler, I think they called it, and it was cream colored and light green.
Oh,
two-tone,
two-tone.
yeah.
You know what? I can picture it
Yeah,
in my mind's
yeah.
eye.
And 2 doors, so they wouldn't fall out of the car.
That's a good idea. 2 doors with
Yeah.
the kids in the back.
Yeah, and later on we had, well, Bill had got into wagons.
Oh yeah, station
Yeah,
wagons.
yeah. And I had a Bug one time. That was
Oh, did
good.
ya?
That was fun.
Did he have any? Did he have a wood wagon? A woody?
Woody? No, no,
Oh,
no. I remember those though.
yeah.
Well, in the 60s, I had the Bug. And we also had a
You had the Bug with 2 children?
yes, and we also had a Cuban family come live with us for about 6 weeks, and they had 3 children. And Bill took the big wagon, and I had
The Bug?
Bug with all these little kids. Thank goodness they were little. 'Cause
How did it happen that the Cuban family came to live with you?
well, Bill had met Pedro at AIC when we first went there.
Oh, when you first
Yeah.
went there.
But then, 1941. And he, when the war came, went back to Cuba.
Uh-huh.
And then they came out maybe 1963, around there. And they had kept in touch over the years and so forth. So we had them for 6 weeks. And the oldest boy was 6. And
3
Our-
more kids under
yeah,
6.
and the little girl always calling, Mamina, wow, awa, awa.
She hurts.
She wanted water.
Oh, water.
I think I was saying.
So until they got another situation, another place to live in
Yes,
Springfield,
yes.
or
They went to Holy Smoke.
they went to Holy Smoke. Right up there to Holy Smoke.
And he went right to work.